Hey everybody, it's Roland Comtois. Thank you so much for being here. I'm live on an unusual day to be with you, maybe even in an unusual place. I'm here on YouTube and I want to welcome you to my Blessings by Roland channel. I'm very happy to be here. It's exciting to be part of YouTube in a new way. I was on it many years ago, had a very active channel, and then it just disappeared over the years. But I'm happy to be there now. So thank you so much. I thought I'd come on and talk about the purple papers and leave for my subscribers here an opportunity to know what those purple papers are about. You can't see them behind me, but I have a lot of them. I have a lot of them, and they're right here. And these purple papers are all pre-recorded messages. And let me just share a little bit about that, because maybe you would be interested in knowing about the purple papers. And I am going to share some with you in a little bit, just to show you how they work. Now, if you're here to my channel for the first time, I am a medium channeler kind of guy. I feel energy. I've been sensitive to energy my whole life. I felt energy when I was a kid, and my mother, as many of you probably know, my mother would say, "Oh my God, there he goes again, doing strange things and saying strange things." But here we are, fast forward 58 years later, and I'm still doing and saying strange things, and that hasn't changed very much. But I spend a lot of my time now connecting to these purple papers, right? All of these have messages on them from people that have passed on, messages from the universe, messages from that place that we journey beyond and after we pass. And so I share a lot of messages about that place, and so I write them on these purple papers. And I created this platform, if you will, this place, if you will, a long time ago, because I was hearing so many voices. FYI, I hear voices. I was feeling so much energy, and I had to figure out a way to get all that energy out of me and to put it in a place that would matter. And here we are. The purple papers have found their way. It's what I see, it's what I feel, it's what I hear, it's what I sense, and then I record them for everybody to be part of. Now, I am live, so I don't know how to. Oh, yes, I can see people on. Awesome, Carol. Thank you for tuning in. Very excited to be with you this afternoon. I didn't realize I could see people while I was live with you. That's very thrilling. So, hey, and welcome. Carol from New Jersey, Manahawkin. Thanks, Carol. And then the purple papers are held under my care until I find the rightful owner, until I find the person that is the recipient of those purple papers. And then I keep holding on to them and holding on to them. Hello, Sandra. Thank you for tuning in. I keep holding on to them and holding on to them until I find the right person. So it's my mission to share them with you. It's my mission to share the stories of that everlasting, eternal connection. It is my mission to remind all of you that connection that you feel about those that have passed, or the spiritual space, is accessible to you, and I talk about this day in and day out. I talk about it, and I'm on a mission to help other people see and feel and know that connection is part of them, right? And so it works simply by my feeling, hearing, seeing, and I write on a blank purple paper a message. I transcribe it, I feel it, I sense it, I hear it, I say it. And that's what I do there. Hello, Jennifer from Maryland. Thank you so much. Delaware. Thank you so much for being here. And so all of these purple papers are meant to tell a story. And we're going to dissect a couple of the stories in a minute. And for those of you that are tuning in right now, if there's someone you want me to look for in the purple paper, if there's a few of you, I'd be very willing to check my purple papers and to see if there is a possibility that a message exists for you. And then what we discovered with these papers is that this woman, so I'm going to show you one right now. You can see it pretty well on my screen, I think. This is from someone named Mary, as you see right here. She's talking about a pin. Not sure why that is, right? But I heard that and I felt that. And she said, "I want to thank you for the flowers. I loved that you never forgot about them. I wanted to go. Yes, I needed to go. I had to go. Do you remember or know how wonderful you made me feel that day? Right? Um, you gave me so much peace. And then it's signed Mom. So Mary is someone's mother talking about the pin and the experience that they had with each other. And so that's part of, the experience that we have here. Mary tells her story of her connection. The next purple paper is from Catherine, dated August 6, 2019. So on August 6, 2019, I had a feeling, I felt energy, went to a blank purple paper and recorded this message. Now, just as a side note, for those of you that follow me on Facebook, I will be there tomorrow at 11:11 writing the papers as I'm feeling them. I didn't feel like I should be writing any right now, okay? So let's just see how it all plays out. Hello, Diane from Pennsylvania. Thank you for being here. So now I'm on to Catherine. That's the next purple paper I have. And then I'll do a little research to see what I have, if there's a message that connects to one of you that are tuning in today. So Catherine would like to discuss her condition. She said, I felt shaky a lot. I even felt scared, period. You worked really hard to comfort me. You did a great job. I was so exhausted from trying to hold on. I also found myself talking about all my loved ones near the end that had passed. I think I was dreaming about them. And then she goes on to say, highlighted in yellow, I'm happy now. Catherine. Now, wait a minute. Carol just asked me about a Catherine. Catherine, that's interesting, isn't it, Carol? Take a look listen to that message. Does it have any meaning for you? Put it in the stream, and then we will figure out what we need to figure out. At this point, there's no Rick or Richard that I'm feeling, Jennifer. So if it changes while we're here, I'll let you know. Okay. Thank you so much. Thomas, next purple paper. So let me go back for a second. After a moment of prayer and meditation, I'm sitting quietly by myself. Thanks, Carol. I'm sitting quietly by myself and I'm feeling this energy. And I have to record it. I have no choice but to share the paper, right? I have no choice to write about someone that I have never met before on a day that I don't know if the date matters, but the message matters. Normally the date is just the day that I discovered the paper. So this one here says 6/2/2018. Thomas talks about getting to the emergency room. Now you're probably seeing this backwards on your screen, I think. I'm not sure if that's how this works. So Thomas was surprised by the weight he felt in his chest. A few weeks before he passed, he said he was different. He had no idea, but on his last day, he wasn't going to be able to come back home. I was filled with so much pressure in my last moments, he says. I hope you know that I do love you very much. So far, there's no message about Phyllis in here, but let's see how it plays out, okay? Again, I want to be clear with you. I'm not here to guess your story. If it's written already, I'm willing to look at it. And if I don't feel anything, I'm not going to say anything. It feels like it's not the best practice in doing channeling work, I think. So Thomas has an important message to deliver. And then the final one that I'm going to show you this afternoon, and then I'll look through some of those papers, is Josephine. This one was dated this year, February 10th, 2020. She found her way to the end of her journey with peace. She speaks of the 3 days before she passed and how she finally felt comfortable, she says. I worked very hard for my family. My mother taught me how to take care of our family. So she passed on all these gifts to you. I was happy to see my mother again. I was happy to see Maria too. It doesn't get any more specific than that. Josephine, who found Maria. Hello, Christine in North Carolina. Thanks for tuning in. Now, this is the first time ever that I'm on YouTube showing the purple papers like this. I'm so excited to have this moment with you. I thought that I would come on, spend 15 minutes, share the messages with you, look at my purple papers for you, and see if I have any messages that are already pre-recorded, because who knows? Anything is possible here. So what I'm doing right now is I have these from N to Z. And I am going to look for a Phyllis. For some reason, I have to look. Something's guiding me, pushing me, pulling me. It doesn't mean there's a message here. It means that I'm just following the vibe, right? I'm just going along, feeling the energy that I'm supposed to feel. Okay, there is one purple paper from a Phyllis. So, Sandra, I want to read this out loud, and I want you to hear it. If it's not meant to be yours, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm sorry. I can't. I just have to follow through with exactly what I feel when we're talking about these experiences. So Phyllis talks about developing congestive heart failure. This was written in 2019. She said she had a congestive heart failure, and that was the beginning of her hard days. I did everything my doctor told me to do. I took a lot of pills, a lot of medication, right until I passed, she says. And I want you to be happy for me. Happy that I can now breathe. I love you. I love you for taking such good care of me. That's what's happening here. So now you have to decide if that message has a meaning to you. You have to decide. You have to decide. You have to decide if they are connecting with you. So we've gone through a few papers this afternoon in my very short visit to YouTube, testing it out, really, testing out my set. My set. My set is a shoestring set. I put a few plants on that thing and, you call it a set. So I asked the question, do you guys ever get messages or feel your loved ones? And Carol says sometimes. So how do you know when they're there? I mean, really, how do you know when they are present with you? How do you know when they're trying to make a connection with you? You have to come to figuring that part out, because I think sometimes they're gentle, sometimes it's strong, sometimes it's peaceful. So we can feel them. We feel them because they love us, because they are part of us, and they're part of our connection, and they're part of our light. So we would continue to feel them. Now look at that image behind me, that painting. Now my head's over here, and I guess I didn't place myself in the right position, but I wanted you to have a look at that. I wanted that image to stare at you, to connect to you. Jennifer says sometimes a song on the radio where she finds feathers in the weirdest of places, birds and dreams. Yes. And Moon Goddess 59 says she gets many messages from her brother Bob. Moon Goddess, how do the messages come to you? That I'm curious to know. That painting, just so you know, was painted by a woman in Brazil. There's a wonderful story behind that painting, which I'll share with you at some point. Linda says she finally had a dream with her Pepe in it. Oh, I love that. How did it make you feel the next morning? I mean, when you woke up, did you feel connected? The woman, I know I'm jumping around here, but because I see your comments, the woman who painted that is from Brazil, has passed. She was in a tragic bus accident, and all of her paintings, this is it. I mean, there were many that she painted, and she came to discover her gift after she had a spiritual encounter, I think. And a friend of mine went to Brazil and said, you know what, for some reason I have to buy this for Roland, and brought that home from Brazil. So it's really very powerful. Christine says she gets dimes from her mom. I love that. I never get coins from my mother. My mother just shows up. Oh my, because she would have just showed up. She was intense sometimes. She wouldn't just say, "Hey, Roll, here, son, here's a dime." She like be right in my presence. I think sometimes that's how she communicates with me. I think she's just very, very part of the experience. Very part of the experience. Now, the dimes, the birds, the dreams, they're all gentle little reminders that our loved ones are communicating with us. So I want to thank you for looking at the purple papers. I want to thank you for being part of this. I'm determined to go live on YouTube. I'm determined to go live on Instagram, and I'm determined to go live as I am on Facebook. So you probably maybe follow me on Facebook. I'm there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm going to start coming on YouTube frequently on Tuesdays. I think I'm going to try to fit it in my schedule and maybe do things differently here, like give you a chance to ask about a loved one, which will work out as we go along. And I have a new YouTube show coming called The Wisdom Keepers, which it's about people on their spiritual journeys. I think you might find it interesting. I am the interviewer this time, and I will be asking people questions about their spiritual journeys. So there's a lot of wonderful things that we can discover as we move along. Now, don't forget, I will be announcing another winner for a private session to one of the subscribers on my YouTube page. So after this is done, I will make an announcement of who the winner is. Actually, maybe I can make that announcement right now. I'm reaching into the bucket. A bucket of names, because there's only 200 and something people that are part of this. So here's what I'd like you to do. Hey, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give one of you to win. One of you are going to win this. You're subscribers to my list. I have a number written down from 1 to 30. You think I could make it easier? A number written down 1 to 30. The first person I see that picks my number, which I've written down, I'll show you, will win a private session. You get one guess, of course. 21 and 5, those are not the right numbers. When you get the right number, you're in. Come on, guess while you can. And you know what? Take a second guess. What the heck? Nobody's counting. 27. That's it. Donna Bassett, you just won. You just won a private session with me. Good job. Oh man, I love you people. I love that you're so involved in the experience. So Donna Bassett, I'm going to put an email address here. You're going to send an email. Send an email to Carrie. She is my assistant. I'm writing it down for you. At our Comtois admin@gmail.com. Tell her you won on YouTube. You are the second winner. Now the first winner never did not claim her prize, so who knows? Maybe there'll be an extra one that'll be given out. So listen, thank you so much, all of you, for joining me today here on my YouTube channel. I'm excited to be here. I have new and exciting things. I don't want to be doing the same thing on every page, but I know you love the purple papers. You told me so, and I'm going to continue to shower you with them and show them to you. And as always, until next time, I send you a whole lot of love. Thanks, everybody. Have a beautiful day.